Hello everyone, I am back to doing what I do best. Aside from all the gaming episodes of Monster Jam Urban Assault and Monster Jam the video game, I am back to bring you some more top 10 lists. But wait, this one has a twist. It ain't gonna be just any top 10. It's gonna be a top 20! Just like the original top 20, it's gonna be a top 20 as well. So I managed to scrape 20 more trucks that have to be copyrighted, licensed, or sponsored, and many other things. But this title is not complete yet, because today is also... It's my birthday! Yes, I am recording this about a week in advance, but the day this is coming out is Thursday, April 16th, and that is my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go kick off this birthday special with the top 20 sponsored licensed trucks All-Stars Birthday Special, Battle Royale HD Remix Special Edition, and Knuckles. Number 20. Starting off this Mecha top 20 is the Five Finger Death Punch Bounty Hunter. This is a very cool paint scheme. This was at World Finals 20. Also, a moment of silence because World Finals 21 has been canceled. Alright, continuing on. I just thought this was really cool, but except the body, of course. If you know me, I just do not agree with this body whatsoever. Number 19. At number 19, we have Disney XD. I like this paint scheme very, very much. Unfortunately, it was only in Europe, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, is there Disney XD in Britain? Probably. But as this may come off as a yellow, but it's actually a lime green, which is... It was a little ugly in my opinion, but it suits it very well. Sorry, I couldn't find the name there. It ran for a while, actually. Unfortunately, it is retired because Disney XD barely exists anymore. Does it exist anymore? I doubt it. But speaking of this truck, number 18. Before there was Disney XD, there was Jeddaks. This is basically the British Disney XD, or the European version. And the reason I chose this one over Disney XD is because the paint scheme just looks a lot nicer. Although I never watched this truck on TV. Number 17. At number 17, we took a brief pause from the blast to the past to bring you just the past. It's Gas Monkey Garage. I like this. I like the green on it. It's really nice. Unfortunately, Hot Wheels really screwed up their diecast. They took off the stripe. They didn't have the front and back lights, which that makes sense because imagine how much it would cost to mold it. And overall, this is just a really nice paint scheme. It may be a little bit too plain, but overall, yeah, I'd give it a solid pass at least. Number 16. I guess you can really count this as a licensed truck because it is the name of a movie, although it's not really related to it. But we have Terminator. I love this paint scheme. Don't get me wrong. And of course, if you remember, the old body used to be on a Chevy Silverado, but this is a much more recent one. I think this was like 2016 or 17 or something like that. But it doesn't compete in Monster Jam. Of course, you can tell this is an old photo because you can see the Monster Jam tape on it. But yeah, I just like it a whole lot. Number 15. At number 15, we have Bulldozer. Now, you guys expected this. The Diesel Brothers have some pretty nifty monster trucks. Unfortunately, this took like 9 months for it to leave Feld headquarters, which that's... I mean, I basically thought it was a lost cause back in 2018 when they didn't. And then out of nowhere, yeah, like, I think it was Foxborough. No, Nashville, 2018 is when this debuted, and it was pretty rad. However, there's only one truck from the Diesel Brothers that tops this one. Number 14. Of course, you would have expected Bro Camino to come out after the Bulldozer. Bro Camino, I just like it better. I really do love this body. Unfortunately, I wish I would have... If I would have had top 10 ugliest paint schemes when this truck was around, it probably would have made the list just like Bulldozer did, but it's kind of grown on me. The only problem is that it's just kind of plain. Probably even plainer than Bulldozer is, despite the hood decal. Number 13. Unlucky number 13 goes to a truck that only lasted 1 year. The WCW Nitro machine. Yeah, you remember WCW? Before 2001, this truck only lasted 1 year, 2000. It was driven by Chucky Pauken. I don't know if he's related to Charlie Pauken. I don't even know if they're the same person. Probably not. But I think this is a really nifty paint scheme. I just realized how thin that bottom part of the truck is. But oh well. Of course, this truck became Inferno, which then in Hot Wheels it became Flashfire. But Inferno, it stuck around for a while until like 2005 maybe. And made a brief comeback in 2012 in an encore. Number 12. At number 12, we have the Torque version of the Iron Outlaw. If you remember my top 15 favorite paint schemes, you'll know that this was number 4 on this list. Spoiler alert, sorry. Not sorry. But yeah, I just love the black and the blue and the Q on the top. I just love that Q. The Torque, almost sounds like twerk for some reason. Oops, better not say that again. And of course, the big elephant in the room, no pun intended, is the golden horses. Because you know my love for horses. Because after all... Okay, I am going to stop before I give myself 3 copyright strikes. Number 11. At number 11, we have the predecessor to Northern Nightmare, the predecessor to Nitro Circus. It's Pastrana 199. You may have remembered this from my Monster Jam, the video game episode, where I just sucked royally. Do not take that out of context, please. But yes, I just love the red and the Travis Pastrana signature and the Travis for some reason. I didn't even know it said that. And the black roof, and of course this was 2005, so it was a Dodge before it eventually made it switch to a Ford, which was a very, very good decision for them in the long run. Number 10. We finally reached the top 10, and now here's Bakugan Dragonoid, of course. I rank this as the second ugliest monster truck in my 4th iteration of top 10 ugliest monster trucks. But in one way, especially after World Finals 20, it kind of grew on me. I kind of started to like this truck, apparently. Of course, when I made that list, it wasn't even out yet, or it hasn't even debuted yet. But now they got the right driver, the right team, and now they've really launched themselves into success. And that's all that really matters, although the horn still kind of bugs me. Number 9. At number 9, we have ScoobyDoo. You can tell how desperate I am just trying to find as many licensed trucks on here. I just put it on here because ScoobyDoo, it's kind of a given. I don't really like this truck anymore, but it's still a cool truck to see, and I'm still glad it's still in Monster Jam. Number 8. If you are an OG Monster Jam fan, you will remember this paint scheme. It's 106.7 The Fox. It mostly just ran up in Detroit and Chicago and stuff like that because it's a local news station. But a little spoiler alert, this is not the last time you'll ever see a radio station on this countdown. Of course, you can see the Escalade rims because this was on the Escalade chassis. And there's also an alternate paint scheme to this, believe it or not. And here it is, and it's not, this is a totally different paint scheme. It's not just an inverse because it doesn't have the old logo, just like the orange one did. And, of course, it's not the Escalade rims either. Number 7. This is another popular radio truck besides 106.7 The Fox. Not as known, but you may have known it because it drove in 2006 in Detroit. And an unknown driver by the name of Adam Anderson got his first win. I think he went on to win, 5 championships or something. Who knows, but this is where Adam Anderson got his first star, and I just thought it was more worthy than the Fox. Sorry, the Fox. Number 6. At number 6, we have an unnamed truck, but it's a 2005 Cadillac. It debuted at World Finals 6, but eventually it went on with the nickname an Escalade. If you're a true, you have to be the truest OG fans to remember an Escalade. It's a truck that became Mohawk Warrior and then became Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. I remember this truck. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it, but it was kind of in the middle. Plus, the rims are pretty badass. Number 5. Of course, only the truest of OG Monster Jam fans will remember this. The Bob and Tom Show. Of course, this debuted only around, like, the Midwest. It was really only around there. It kind of quit in 2009. But it's a truck that's been around since, like, 2004, 2005, really. It was at the Pontiac 2006 show. That was its last running at the Pontiac Silverdome, and that's really all this truck's famous for. They got some pretty crap drivers, but there were some Team Mentz drivers as well. Number 4. At number 4, we have Bulldozer. Yeah, you can tell how desperate I'm getting. You see that right there? That is a beef jerky logo. This truck was originally used to promote beef jerky, but people liked it so much that eventually they went on to make El Toro Loco as well, and basically ran this truck out of the park, basically, and that's kind of a shame. Number 3. At number 3, we have Sting. Of course, this is the one that most people remember, but there were multiple other versions of Sting. But this is the one that was only in Monster Jam from 2000 to 2001. Eventually became, I think it became Vec King, then it became Dragon, Spitfire, Monster Truck, then Dragon's Breath, and then Dragon. So basically, you can outline the origin of Dragon to this very truck because it's basically the exact same thing. Number 2. And taking the runner-up spot is Medusa. Of course, everyone remembers Medusa. If you were from any point, except for 2007, 2008, up until 2017, you'd remember this truck. And I didn't really like this truck, but eventually I accepted it for what it was. And it's still a pretty cool paint scheme. Mostly the original one before it was pink and all that. But I still like this paint scheme nonetheless. Very red, white, and bluish. Number 1. Taking the number 1 spot, we have Hot Wheels. I mean, come on. The OG Hot Wheels, I mean, they made the toys for Monster Jam, for crying out loud. At least prior to 2019. But still, it is still a very cool paint scheme. Unfortunately, it was kind of ruined by Team Hot Wheels. But it was still really cool. I mean, you can't take Hot Wheels very lightly or for granted, okay? Because this was top of the top of what Monster Jam had to offer in 2006. And as well as 2008 and every year in between. Now, I ask you, which of these licensed or sponsored trucks is your favorite? It doesn't even have to be from this list. It could be from the first list, or maybe a third list. Who knows? Leave your comment down below. I'll respond to as many of you as I can. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and everything. You get this point. Basically, this is not WatchMojo.com. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to, which that's so perfectly fine. But thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the flip side.